Hello, this is Ender, and welcome to my VRcade. Last week I reviewed the Cat VR Loco S with a Quest 2 to walk in PC VR games. However, many just want a simple, affordable way to walk in their Quest standalone games without a PC. Currently, your only option is with the new Nexus device combined with the Loco S and a Quest headset. Is this the right solution for you? In this video, I will try to help you decide. Here I'll begin the unboxing of the Nexus. I'll be doing this over near my Wi-Fi router, which is where you'll want to do it as well. As you can see here in the lower portion of the Nexus box, you'll also find an AC adapter which you'll need to plug in for power, as well as an included short Ethernet cable. You'll want to plug that directly into your router. If you see two routers there, that's because I have my ISP provided router, and then I have next to it a dedicated Wi-Fi 6 router plugged into that. And that is so my network traffic between my Quest and Nexus is exclusive to VR, and I get better connectivity as a result. Also, while you're over by your router, you're going to want to go ahead and plug in the receiver for the Loco S device with the micro USB in one end and the USB-A port into one of the side ports on your Nexus, which I've already plugged in there as well. Here I am at a Windows PC where I've already installed the Cat Gateway software, and you're going to go ahead and connect your Quest headset to the gateway / your PC. Click on the For Standalone VR option, and it will, as it says there, install the software on your headset. So you won't have to connect to your PC again, except for an update perhaps. Now, if the installation fails, then just go ahead and click try again, and second try it worked for me. After you've installed the software on your Quest, you'll then go ahead and pair each of your sensors for the Loco S, and the process is the same as in, again, the previous video in the series, where you're going to pair each sensor one at a time using the gray wire for the 3 micro USB cables that are split off of one main USB-A cable, and you'll get a confirmation that those sensors paired. Once you have all of your devices paired and the software installed on your Quest headset, it's time to hop onto the Quest and check out your gateway on your Quest. Hello everyone, this is Ender, and here I am at my Quest home area, and I'm going to show you how I start playing with the Nexus. The first thing you're going to do is make sure you've got your devices on your Loco S, and just to clarify, I'm not connected to my PC. I am only streaming my video to my PC for recording purposes. I am not playing the game on my PC, so this is standalone. You're going to go to your app library, which by default will probably list all apps, which is not really all the apps. You want to go to this drop down, and you're going to go to unknown sources, where you will find Cat Gateway Prototype, and this is where you're going to launch your games from. You'll notice it says downloading game list, and before I delve into that, you can check down here where it says Cat Loco series is connected. You can see there's my 3 sensors, there's the wireless transmitter, and the way this all works is that my Nexus is plugged into my internet router, and my wireless transmitter is plugged into the Nexus, and then I have these transmitters. So these little Loco S transmitters transmit just movement data to the receiver, which goes to the Nexus, and then the Nexus is plugged in to the router, sends that information over my home internet connection. Then we can see here games. Now, it is only going to list games that are currently supported by the Nexus, which for the moment is only these games that I have owned and purchased. Unlike on Gateway for PC software, you cannot try and test other games. It's only going to let you use games that are currently supported. Then you can see we have our controller sensitivity. So you can see speed for walking in-game speed. I usually like to turn that up. I'm going to leave it at default by start, because as they say in the instructions for the Cat VR, you want to try the default settings as minimum sensitivity as possible to generate a response. And I think I mentioned this earlier, that if I look at, say here, Aspire 1, its default setting in walking speed is actually tuned at a negative value. So try their settings before you come back and make adjustments. So I'm going to start with Tales of Oniguro. I'm going to click Launch Game here. Now it's kind of funny and kind of confusing to me a little bit to know how to adjust the sensitivity and keep the game running. So for example, I'm going to try left Oculus home button is the in-game menu. Right is your Oculus menu. And if I go back to the gateway, I think if I go to apps and it says do not open, I'm going to try this. Go to cat gateway. Hopefully this doesn't crash things. Okay. So I went to the gateway and here I'm going to try to adjust. Yeah. I'm going to crank the sensitivity to 2. I'll leave the sensitivity for walking, just up the speed. And now, despite what you're seeing here, lateral sensitivity, also known as strafing, is not supported at this time. So please ignore any of my attempts to activate the strafing gesture like you saw in the Loco S plus PC VR video. I was told that is a feature that is supported at first, and later I was corrected that no, it is not supported with Nexus at this time. Also on the topic of unsupported features, online play, also known as multiplayer gaming, is also not supported at this time. And let's play the game. All right, so she talked about this thing. Okay, I guess we go here. All right. Training area, I guess. And let's just see how this goes. And I can dash.
Agent, the main shutter door is locked. To open it, flip the breaker switch. You can see it up near the ceiling on the gantry.
Oh, sh. Is Cat Loco S and the Nexus right for you? Well, I like to end on a positive note, so I'll start with the cons first. The most important thing to consider before buying a Nexus and Loco S combination is, do you play the currently supported games? Currently, there are 40 supported games on Cat's website. You can go to the Quest Standalone section under the Games menu to check. By contrast, when using a PC with Loco S or one of their treadmills, you can experiment beyond the games they've tested. That's not the case with the Nexus. It either works with the games that are supported by the software that are installed on your Quest device, or it won't let you load them. So it's pretty black and white there, whether or not it'll have value to you. Second consideration is how important is strafing to you? While I was impressed with the strafing ability with the Loco S and PC VR combination in last week's review, I was at the moment unable to activate it with the 5 supported games that I tried it with. Maybe there's an issue with the software that will be updated. This is beta software, and this device has only been out for roughly 5 months. So that could be something that gets fixed over time. I mention this so your expectations are set accordingly for the strafing feature. For the pros, I find that the setup is quick and easy. Initially, it's installing the software on your headset and pairing the sensors to the device, as I showed earlier in this video. And then when you're ready to play, put on the sensors, and instead of starting the game normally through the Quest, just clicking on a game app, you go to the Nexus software and launch it there. So it's pretty easy to do and not much of a barrier to entry, as some consider an issue sometimes with VR devices. The other thing is, while yes, you are walking in place as opposed to getting a full gait or stride as you would with the treadmill, you might think it's not very immersive, but in my experience, it very much is. Once you feel the background moving around you, then I think you do start to feel like you're immersed in the game, and you don't think about the nature of your foot movements as much as you are just thinking you are walking through the game. So I think that immersiveness is pretty impressive. You can also turn on your axis pretty easily, or turn left or right. So let's say you're turned to the left and shooting someone at your left, like down a hallway, and you're walking forward. Well, a big benefit of the Loco S is that it gives you decoupled head and body movement. So you can aim and shoot one direction while you're walking forward, which adds to your immersiveness as well. Another benefit is you are moving a bit more than you typically are in VR, where you're just moving your hands and your head. You're adding the lower portion of your body, your legs. Granted, it's nowhere near as intense of a workout as I've experienced on the C2, where you have a great deal more resistance, and I never really got into the cardiovascular range of a workout via my heart rate monitor, but you are engaging some parts of the body that you wouldn't otherwise. So I think you are getting more of a physical benefit than you would just playing standard virtual reality games. So is the Loco S and Nexus right for you? I think if you plan to frequently play this combination of devices with the supported games, then it is a great way to increase your immersion and enjoyment of VR. If you don't play the supported games, you can't use it. So keep an eye out on the website for the list to grow if you don't see something you'd want to play right now. I expect it will, as this is a new device, and Cat VR has improved the functionality and support of their other devices over time. As of the recording of this on April 2nd, the sale price is still available at $219 for the Loco S Plus Nexus. In addition, you can also try using my affiliate link and coupon code in the description for an additional $20 off, bringing the total price to $199 as long as neither of those elements expire. Whether or not that amount of money is something you consider worthy of spending on for the ability to walk in VR without a PC is something I'd love to hear from you. Please share your opinion in the comments. If you appreciated my opinion in this video, please drop a like. If you think I could answer something else, please comment. And if you'd like to see more coverage like this, please subscribe. In my next video, I'll be using my Catwalk C2 treadmill with the Nexus. That way, I can experience some Quest standalone games that I wouldn't be able to use with the C2 treadmill otherwise, and that video will hopefully be out in a week as well. Thank you for watching.